Hey guys, what's going on? It's Qwad here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Now, if you guys don't know what's going on today I'm going to be covering some big stuff that happened today. I'm not typically a news channel. I've mainly made one news type story in the past, but this is basically me going over everything that's happened within OpTic, Hector, Rodriguez, and everything of that nature that happened today. So if you guys are not familiar with what happened, I'm going to go ahead and read the excerpt that came from all of the parties, and the statement says, since completing its acquisition of Infinite Esports and Entertainment, the parent company of OpTic Gaming, Immortals Gaming Club and Hector Rodriguez have held extensive and amicable conversations about the future of OpTic and Rodriguez's role within the organization. Ultimately, Rodriguez declined the opportunity to remain in his current role with OpTic and instead chose to pursue new and independent ventures. OpTic has been a significant part of my life for many years, said Rodriguez. I have great respect for the Immortals organization, and they have treated me and all my OpTic players fairly during this transition period. I wish them and OpTic well in the future. And we have Hector has been ahead of the curve and a leader in the industry for a long time. We wish him continued success and are excited to see what he does next, said Ari Siegel, the CEO of Immortals. Hector has left a permanent mark on esports, and his legacy will always be a part of the OpTic Gaming's DNA. Both parties look forward to a new Call of Duty franchise league and continuing to grow and strengthen esports for the best players and fans in the world. Pretty much all of us thought that this would be it for the news today, and that's not what happened at all. 1 hour ago from the time of recording this video, Hex posted on his personal YouTube channel a video titled "From the Bottom of My Heart." And pretty much all of us, when we saw this video, thought that it would just be a big commentary on him leaving OpTic, because he has been part of the organization since its very beginning. He is the guy that grew it from the start. And at the end of the video, we had a little bit of a teaser to what happens next, and I will go ahead and play that clip right here.
So know that no matter what happens, till the end of time, you are not going to get rid of me until it's time for me to go. So you are with me. You're stuck with me. You're stuck on every single adventure that I go on. You're stuck on every single project that I'm going to be a part of. And for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And then shortly after this video went up, NRG made it official, with Hex now being the co-CEO of NRG. Now, what exactly does this mean going on in the future? Any of you that are familiar with Hex and his model for his teams is that he loves having content be a main focal point. And with that being, with Hex moving away from OpTic and towards NRG, that can mean that we have big changes coming forward. Because as you guys know, with Immortals content team, well, pretty much that's what it is. There is no Immortals content team. At least there wasn't any notable content team prior to their acquisition of OpTic, and so it's really up in the air of what the future for content with OpTic will be, and what the future in general of OpTic will be, because it seems like they might still hold the OpTic name for the Call of Duty brand, but it seems like other than that, they'll basically have everything branded under Immortals, which is pretty much what most of us thought would happen once this deal became official. But on the counter side of that, now we have NRG, who is one of the up-and-coming organizations already in the content scene, having notable content leaders in the industry like Dizzy with Apex Legends, Symphony for Fortnite, and several members of their Overwatch League team also. So it'll be very interesting to see how much further Hex pushes the content side of NRG going forward. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I don't really do too many videos like this, and actually the only other time that I made a video on a subject like this was when Immortals was rumored to be buying out OpTic, and that video was basically going over every single scenario that could have happened, and this is one of the scenarios where Hex is now going to be leaving the team. I was really curious on whether OpTic would have, or Immortals would have done something to make Hex not be able to compete against them, because obviously that would be to the best of their interest. But I guess they reached a mutual agreement that allows him to go over to NRG now, because obviously this is what has happened. If you guys are wondering what all covered in that video, you guys can go ahead and check that out, because there's a lot of past history with this. But to basically go over it for anyone that is completely unfamiliar with the situation, Hector originally founded OpTic back around Call of Duty 2, when that was first the game, he was a competitive person with them then, and then it was gone for like a little bit, I believe. This is just completely off of my mind. He brought it back with Call of Duty 4. They had it slightly competitive, but they were mainly around content at that point. That's when they had members like H3CZ and then Predator brought in, and then later, after, I think it was around after MW2, maybe after BO1, they, while still having their content division, they brought their competitive division back, and it completely took off because Hex put all of his focus into that. And then from there, Hector built one of the biggest, powerhouses between content and between competitive that the industry has seen to this day. And once it grew so large, as many people do when they have a business of this caliber, Hector ended up selling it off to a parent company. And even after selling it off, Hector still did as much as he could for the team, but ended up coming down to points where the team did a lot of things that he would have not approved of, but since he sold it, he did not have the say with some of those things, and it basically flooded down to where he sold it to Infinite, and then Infinite sold it off to Immortals when it started to go downhill slightly, and now Hector and OpTic has split under the Immortals name. And now this will be very interesting, as I mentioned earlier on, to see if NRG can pick back up where Hex left off when he originally sold off OpTic, or where this will go, because that is definitely my prediction. I'm very, very excited to see what Hector does with NRG, and what OpTic does going forward, because it will be interesting to see if they might still try to push in the content division and find someone to help lead that, or if they just push away from that and go extremely centered around their competitive scene, which is what Immortals has mainly been in the past. And that's pretty much going to be it for this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, mainly covering like one-off stories of stuff that I'm extremely familiar with, that a lot of my regular viewers and a lot of possible new viewers would be interested in seeing, definitely let me know. That I'm not planning on being another Scarce or Keemstar, but if there's stories like this that are related to what I post, I'm definitely willing to cover them. So let me know if you guys want to see more of those down in the comments below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. And if you guys do enjoy my content, you guys can definitely go ahead and check me out on all my other social medias. I stream on Twitch. I post a lot of content over on Twitter, and I post on Instagram and Snapchat as well. They will all be linked down in the description below. And hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. This has been Qwad, and I'll see you all later. Peace.